Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, screaming into the void of the internet. Let's go ahead and get right into the topic. So, I was talking about this, with essentially a friend of mine and whatnot. And it's mainly just this idea of, as it stands right now. And I know I've kind of made videos about this, but, I have to continue to do so. I feel like a lot of these older people, like when they get in these nursing homes and then everyone's hearing about how they're abused and stuff like that. Some of them, and go ahead and get mad at this when I say it, but some of them are going to have it coming. They're going to have it coming big time because when their kids needed them, not necessarily to just be a bum, okay? I'm not talking about someone who's just doing drugs and just staying in their parents' house, or they're not trying to find work or something like that. But when those kids that were actually serious about, trying to do something with life, needed their parents' help, for a season, they were just in a rush to kick them out. I recently, not reconnected. We just haven't talked, for some time, with a friend of mine. And he was explaining how another friend of mine, both of which, like I said, I haven't kept up as I ought to. Pretty effed up right now, so I feel like, I don't know, I can be a little bit of a downer at times, but the situation got me thinking. Basically, he had to move in with another friend because, his family just essentially threw him out. And it's not like he wasn't looking for work, He had a job recently, but now that he's been thrown out, he doesn't have a car. He doesn't have any way to get to the job. And yeah, he's trying to get on his feet while he stays with a friend of his, but funnily enough, even the friend of his that he moved in with, his mother is trying to throw him out. And I'm not talking about the friend that moved in, I'm talking about her own kid. She's trying to throw them out. And I was thinking about this, I was like, realistically speaking, if I didn't have my parents, I would probably be, screwed 9 times out of 10. I know that there are some people that say, if you're that desperate, then you could join the military. I would rather be homeless than join this military. I'd rather be homeless than give my life over to this cancerous state that can't even give young men some form of help. Why is it that these immigrants are getting freaking hotels? They're getting hotels, they're getting houses. There are literally neighborhoods being constructed for them. And they tell you, the American citizen, that you can't get it. And it's not just if it's a young man. Let's just say if it's an older guy. Let's say if it was a veteran that just really struggled to reconnect with society life after the crap that they had to deal with in the military. Especially now, because there's a whole bunch of wokeness in the military, freaking alphabet pronouns and crap in the military, for God's sakes. In the military. You have to worry about someone freaking putting bullets in your head, and you think anyone cares about pronouns? But whatever. I don't want to get too far off the topic. But we can't get any kind of help, and the government tells you over and over again that we just don't have the resources. And you're looking at these illegals just get all this stuff. It's insane to me. It is absolutely insane. People talk about this massive shift of wealth happening in 2020. That's horse crap. It's been happening long before 2020, but 2020 was just where it just became blatantly obvious. Ever since 2020, I feel like time and the actions of people in general, in all countries, has just completely just went into hammer time of stupidity, These cocksuckers have essentially pushed complete and utter dysfunction since 2020. And you've seen it grow since our dearest election, that was absolutely 100% not diddled with, you know. Because if you say that, then, you know, you're an ist or ism or a phobe or conspiracy theorist and all this crap, even though, like, the world looked. But people hated Orange Man that bad. Not that Orange Man's that much better, you know, like, this isn't really a problem that you can vote away. But I'm just saying, like, we can't get any help as men, as young men. And everyone just tells us that, oh, we're just sitting on our arses, we don't want to do anything with our lives and stuff like that. We have no idea what it's like out here. You know, they have no idea. Like, I bet you anything that mom of his, like, you know, the friend that my friend had to move in with, you know, I'm sorry, like, if you're gonna get a little bit confused, I'm not gonna keep saying my friend, blah, blah, blah. But I bet you, like, she's freaking getting, like, some guy giving her money while she, you know, sucks him off or lets him screws her. So she doesn't know she doesn't have any idea of, like, how to deal with this crap. And even if she is, like, some hard-working chick, are you honestly going to tell me that you don't understand the freaking world that you have to deal with, that, like, we have to deal with now? Really? You know, if you're not an idiot, but considering that they both, like, stay in the hood, and, like, I'm guessing that his mom is not necessarily the smartest cookie, you know, but, if you're not an idiot, like, when you were in a period where you were, like, working, you would have had, like, you know, started storing savings and stuff like that, and you could probably at least put yourself in a position where, like, even today, it's not like you'd be able to, like, completely take care of yourself, but you wouldn't, like, completely fall apart, you know, you'd have a bit of something, right? Although most Americans literally can't make a freaking $500 emergency fund, so... You know, I doubt that even she has that, considering that she had kids. But, I don't know. Because it's like, I look at that and I go, you know, if I was a parent right now, and so long as my kids weren't, like, being absolute pieces of crap, especially if I had, like, a son, you know, like, I'm looking at the freaking environment that they're in. Like, why would I just throw them out to the wolves like that? You know, this is why I say what I say about America, because America... You know, they act like they want strong family units, but they're not willing to put in the work that is required to get a strong family unit. You know, the people in freaking these Latin American countries, they hunker down with each other. There's like 13 people in a house sometimes. It's chaotic, it's dramatic, but they hunker down because they know that that's what builds a strong family. These freaking Americans, they're just in a rush to, like, throw you to the wolves, like, the moment that you can slightly take care of yourself. And listen, technically speaking, a whole bunch of people, if we actually were taught the correct things, could take care of ourselves, but the state has regulated that. You can't eat unless we say so. What's that? You caught a fish? And you don't got a fishing license? Well, F your stomach. I don't care if you hungry. That's how they think. That is how they think. In my opinion, the current trajectory that we're on, like, I really do not see how most people are gonna make it out here, man. I don't know what's gonna happen if my parents just keeled over right now, or if they just threw me out. You know? I'd probably be on a freaking list. Because they're serving the migrants at the homeless shelters first. If I was to try and get on some kind of program to get work, they put me on the list. You know, sure, I could probably walk to somewhere like Job Corps, but even then, you know, I'll have a room there until, I complete my course. And then after that, what do? You know? There's a friend that probably would let me move in with him, but I don't really think I'd want to. And it's mainly just because I'm so sick of being a burden, and sometimes familiarity breeds contempt, and I wouldn't want to burn that bridge, you know? Like, I wouldn't want to burn that bridge, and it would eat me up to, like, know that I'm over here at this man's house just eating his food and I can't do anything for myself. And not because of lack of trying, it's just that, at least down here in Florida, but it's not just down here, it's freaking America. This is everywhere. Like, I started speaking to, like, other people, not just around here, but, like, other NEETs and stuff, and, like, they're admitting it. It's like, there's all these places saying that, oh, they're hiring and stuff like that, but they must only be hiring migrants, because every time people are just spamming those applications to try and, like, join and get hired, you know, like, there's nothing. There's no reply, there's nothing. You know, I just don't... I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of funny because... I don't know if I mentioned this, like, last time, but my friend, you know, looked into the whole visa thing that Korea and Japan has going on. And he said he's going to get, like, a passport Because, like, if they're gonna pay him to, like, go over there and maybe he can start a better life, then, freaking why not, right? Like, this country is dead set on screwing over the young men. They're dead set on just screwing us over, and they don't care. So why should we have any kind of loyalty to them? When you really think about it. These freaking cock-sucking mosquitoes. Hate it. Hate it. But whatever. I gotta admit, man, like, I'm not a very romantic type, but if there was just some gal that was willing to just let me stay with her, and I'm just her boyfriend, I'd freaking do it. It's not like I want to be there to just be a bum, but at least knowing that I have a roof over my head, and maybe the different environment would allow me to have a freaking job, then, I'd probably take it too. Like, we're just screwed right now, man. Like, young men in general, like, we're just screwed. We have no kind of circle to, like, help us or anything. And they always make it seem like, oh, you just want a handout. You're just a bum and you just want to feed off the system. That's not freaking true. That's not even close to being true. Most guys want to be independent. Most guys want to be free. The system does not really make you free. All that they usually do is essentially give you a life raft, and you have just enough room to hold your, like, nose above the water. But you're still in the, like, the water. But you'll have just enough room to, like, just hold your head above the water. That's it. The raft still has water in it, and it's still sinking, but it's just barely afloat, so that you can hold your nose above it. It doesn't, like, actually just have you floating there. It's like, oh, you just want a hammock. No. I want to get out of here, okay? I want to get out of here. I don't want to just be here. The moment that I, like, if I was getting, like, cash assistance right now, which I don't even think most people get cash assistance unless they're freaking migrants now, right? Like, if I was getting that right now, like, the moment that I started getting a job, and, like, I felt like I was going to be able to stay at that job for a considerable amount of time, I'd just tell them, hey, listen, you can stop giving me the cash assistance right now, because I'd only want it if I wasn't working. If I wasn't working, then I'd want it. But the moment that I got the job, I'd stop, because I'm fine earning my keep, That's how I've always been. I've always felt like you should earn your keep. I don't want to be a burden to anyone. But we don't have that. No one wants to help young men. Like I said in my parenting video, like, kind of at the end, no one wants to mentor young men. We're just screwed. And whenever you tell people this, they always just say, oh, you just need to work harder. Just get a job, bro. Even if you get a job, it's not going to guarantee. Like, I know I talk about it all the time because I don't have a job. But even if I did have a job, it's not going to guarantee anything. And jobs today are just insane because, like, when you think about it, a lot of the stuff that a job can do is, like, it really should be illegal. Like, my friend right now, he works at a, I'm not gonna dox it, okay? Don't want to get him in trouble. But he works at, like, an insurance place, and essentially something has happened consistently where they have been having problems with payroll. But recently it's gotten so bad to the extent that, like, he's basically got 3 weeks where he's not gonna get paid because of the payroll. So, yeah. And let's just say that they decided to fire him after this whole debacle. Like, they pay him, and then they just fire him. How is that legal? How should someone be able to just completely F you up like that, and then, after that entire debacle, they just get to fire you and you can't do anything? When you really think about it, like, I really feel like companies in, like, any kind of, like, department where, like, work is involved, they have way too much power. They should not. There should be a reason to why you're going to just let someone go, especially if that company was effing up. If that company was effing up, there should be a reason. Oh, well, we don't need a reason. And yet they're over here effing up your pay? Because realistically speaking, if you said that they were, like, effing up their pay, like, you took it to court, 9 times out of 10, like, you still wouldn't win. You still would win. So they can do all this crap, and you can't do anything? I don't know, man. Like, I think that people are right. I think that just life in America, life in the West, it's done. Like, you just can't save it. Maybe the best bet now is to legit just find a way to get remote work and just leave. Just leave. Because if you have, what is it called? It's that Elon Musk crap, I think. Starlink or something like that. And you just have that, and, like, even if the internet is not perfect, if it's just, like, good enough to, like, just do remote gigs, and those remote gigs pay you in American money, then you should be fine, Because if you have American money in other countries, you're usually just good. $500 in other countries is, like, more than enough to, like, live okay. You know, I'm talking to a friend of mine who lives in South Africa, and he's like, hey, listen, like, his rent is just $200. You know, obviously it's not $200, you know, in his currency, but like in American currency, it's just $200. And yeah, he's still, like, you know, scraping by, but I'm just saying, like, that's what I mean. Like, if you just take American money and just go elsewhere, then the dollar goes farther, and so you can just actually freaking live. You can live your life. What is the point of staying loyal to this country? This country is not set on just being loyal to you. Why stay loyal to them? Why do it? Oh great, the bugs are coming out because my freaking light's on, but whatever. Why stay loyal, you know? I don't know, man. I feel like today's not like a rough day, like, but it just feels like we're just in trouble, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's why I'm like, I know election is like really far away, but I'm really curious about how this election is gonna go down, because if someone's actually serious about trying to help this, then the peaceful way, okay? Because I'm gonna be honest, there's a way that we can fix this, and it's just not gonna be the fun way. And the not so fun way is people are gonna have to go bye-bye, if you catch my drift. You know, before YouTube is saying, oh, you're advocating for that. No. I am just stating facts. When you make life hard for people, every freaking empire that has done it, once life became completely unsustainable, you know what the people did? They made people go bye-bye. And there's going to be a whole bunch of people that will be justified. There's going to be a whole bunch of people that were unjustified when they go bye-bye. So I'm telling people, like, listen, if people do not do this, if they do not try and get their freaking act together, and they don't try and do it the right way, then I'm telling you, I don't know for how much longer people are going to tolerate this. I am completely aghast at the fact that California and New York are, like, not just in a complete civil war. Like, just looking at the amount of people there that are just jobless, homeless, and the freaking migrants are getting in hotels and schools and all kinds of stuff. Oh my god, dude. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Like, could you imagine just looking at that every day? Nah, dude. I don't have that in me to just, like, not do something. I'm dead arse. I'm being dead arse honest, people. I don't have it in me to not do something if I was looking at that every day. Someone would have something happen to them. I'm just being honest. But I'm evil for saying that, you know. I'm the bad guy. You're not being loyal to your own citizens, but you want us to stand by you. That's why I'm like, you know, like, if there was a war right now, like, if they tried to pull us into that crap in the Middle East, like, I would tell them, hey, listen, you can go after yourself. Straight up. You can, because, like, the sheer idea that I'm going to be loyal to you is no, it's not happening. You're going to treat me like dog crap, and you think I'm going to fight in a war for you? You think I'm going to go get myself killed for you? No, I think not. I'm just so over this. I'm so over, like, this chaotic nonsense, but all we can do is take one day at a time, you know? Probably gotta go ahead and end this video because these freaking mosquitoes is coming out. But, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it here, guys. I'll just leave it here. Yeah. But looking back on it, let's just say that we do recover from this. You know, you think that my friend, you know, I guess both of them, right? You think that they should give their parents anything? Let's say that they do recover from this. They just wanted to throw them out. Let's just say that they start making it big. Why should they help them at all? Why is it that people, like, when you really need the help, they don't want to give it to you, and then you make it. Let's just say that you make it. Then they somehow think that they're entitled to, like, what you made. This is why I say, you know, like, I'd rather someone just openly hate me instead of pretending to like me, you know? Don't freaking lie to me. Don't lie to me. But whatever, you know, is what it is. What can you do? I'll go ahead and end it here, folks. Let me know your thoughts, you know, because for the few people that are actually, like, commenting on these, like, I think I saw, like, 2 comments from 2 different people. Let me know how you're coping. Like, are you neat? Do you have a job? Like, how's life treating you? Because, hey, man, you gotta stay sane, especially men, because men got it really rough right now. So, gotta look out for each other. So, thank you for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.